Hey, good morning, people. I've just walked over the sand dune from where I did the other devotion, the one that you was yesterday, and it's crazy. Over on the other side of the dune, and it must be. Hey,
Morning.
hi, how are you?
Good.
My new best friend. And it's pumping with wind and rain, and it's really quite hectic. And then I walk over the sand dune, and I find that there is just total calm and complete peace. The sand dune has blocked all of the noise and the wind and everything like that. So this would be a great place. I don't have to contend with the wind. Because I want to read something to you. We're talking about believing that God is good even when the evidence suggests otherwise. Now, there's a great group of people. We call them the others. And you've heard me refer to them before. These are the people who believe that God is good even when they don't get what they've been promised. Isn't it crazy that sometimes we look at life and we think that God is only going to be as good as he fulfills his promises to me. But here's a group of people that I want to read to you yet again about, who believe that God is good even when they don't get the things that they thought that they had been promised. Let me read it to you again. We find it in Hebrews 11. It says this: these are the others who were tortured and refused to be released, so that they may gain a better resurrection. Some faced jeers and flogging, while still others were chained and put in prison. They were stoned, they were sawed in two, they were put to death by the sword. They went about in sheepskins and goatskins, destitute, persecuted, and mistreated. The world was not worthy of them. They wandered in deserts and mountains and in caves and holes in the grounds. These were all commended for their faith, yet none of them received what they had been promised. That, people, is the highest level of faith. That is the highest. You can't get higher than that, where you believe that God has promised you something, and then when you don't get it, you still believe that God is good. I find that an incredible and just the most amazing concept to think about. It's easy to believe that God is good when we get everything we want, when all our prayers get answered the way we want them to be answered. But to believe that God is good despite the evidence, having to go it alone, despite the fact that sometimes things are not what they appear to be. People, isn't it crazy that there are those amongst us and in the world today who are not getting what they believed and we believe we've been promised. And yet under the weight of that load, they're still standing strong. I don't know about you, but I think we live in a generation of whiners. We whine a lot, don't we? We expect God to be at our beck and call. We want this, he must deliver it. He told me he would have that. The Bible has said this, and we begin to quote verses back at God and saying, you promised, you promised, you promised. The ultimate person of faith is one who's able to say, hey, I know God promised that stuff. But even if he doesn't deliver right now, he'll deliver in his time. I still believe that he is good. Bring on the weight, bring on the pressure, bring on the discouragements and the disillusionment and the disappointment. I still believe that God is good. Man, there are people like that out there. I wish we were one. Maybe you are. I hope I will one day be one. But that would be great. But isn't it awesome? Have a great day, you people. Bye-bye.